the Holy Book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the Most High, in the name of his only begotten Son, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Double honors to the elders, the true leaders, the apostles of Israel today. Peace, love, and salutations to the Bayaf Dawadah, the house of David. The cream of the crop of you so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics, the real children of Israel, not the fake gutter rats that's in the Holy Land proclaiming to be our people. I'm the brother Zion out of GMS Boston, and Lord willing, this is edifying. As you see on your screen, the title reads, How Do Men Grow Up with Single Moms and Don't Have Respect for Women? This is an easy situation. All right, easy question to answer, okay? And the reason why I read what I read in the book of Proverbs is because it's clear as day that children act the way that they were raised, all right? And if these little boys are growing up with single moms and not respecting single moms, it's because this is how they were raised. Most women think with their emotions, so they react with their emotions, all right? And acting with your emotions is the worst thing you can do, but reacting with logic is the best thing you can do. So making decisions while you're mad causes you to make wrong decisions, angry decisions, and it really causes you to lash out and to be abusive. And this is the reason why a lot of these so-called blacks, all right, act the way that they act, because they're really emotional. Somebody steps on their shoes, or somebody looks at them, or somebody embarrasses them, they react with anger. They want to argue and strife, just similar to a woman, all right? So, what you see in the so-called black community is, men being raised by these single moms, and the parents, the fathers being out of the household. All right, most men get raised around these women, and they learn to grow a resentment toward these women. And the first relationship that they have resentment towards is their mom. All right, older sisters, the mom. You see, growing up, I saw firsthand, basically how grimy my mom was. I heard my how many you as a so-called black man, you're gonna hear your mom tell you that your dad ain't shit, how your dad was a horrible man, And it's once you get older, you really understand that your mom did everything possibly in her power to push that man away. All right, to push that man away. You realize that your mom was really the problem, and that's the first thing they say. Oh, why don't you say that to your mom? Well, it's the truth. You know, there's certain conversations that I won't have with my mom out of respect for her. All right, but I realized as I got older who was the problem. All right, so I was going through the comments on this question, particularly in Facebook, and I'm probably gonna read some of them. Okay, but there was one thing that you realize, right, when it comes to black mothers is black women, and I'm saying black, I'll say black, right, because these women are definitely void of light. All right, a woman that's a Judite, or or Ephraimite, they're gonna allow the man to raise their kid with their customs. All right, so nonetheless, right, black women do not raise their kids how they want their men to be. I'm gonna explain that first. Let's bring out a precept. All right, and this precept right here will segue in. back to this real quick, right? Train up a child, Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So when you have these black women and they have a kid, oh, my son is handsome, he's gonna be a heartbreaker. All right, he's gonna be a ladies' man. He's gonna be a player. You never hear black women brag and boast about them raising a son that's gonna be a good husband to a woman. All right, think about this. Think about how many times you really heard you really see these black women who, oh, look at my son, he's so handsome, he's gonna grow up to be a good father and a good man. They never say that. They always brag and they always boast about him being a player or being a heartbreaker. Oh, he's gonna be a heartbreaker. You know, it's like some sick fancy fetish or some sick demonic way of thinking that they have, man. You know, they never raised. They look at their son. They put chains on their sons. Oh, he bad. They brag about their kids being bad and disrespectful, swearing. They're raising these little monsters, man. They're raising these monsters. They're raising their kids to be feminine, right? Putting makeup on them and letting them, grow with all this sass and, you know, this is ridiculous. You're solely responsible for the acts of these men. All right. So the answer to the question is, these kids are like this because they're being raised by women. That's why. That's why they don't have no respect for women. They're watching their moms, sisters get smashed all throughout the house, getting abused. Different men coming in, not respecting their children, right? So men come in, probably beat the hell out of you, disrespect you. You don't have no respect for. You won't have no respect for women being raised in a situation like this. It's all because of the man is out the household. Okay. Get another precept. Matthew chapter 12, verse 29. Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his good. So binding, when the scriptures say, in the curses there will be no strength in our hands, meaning we will see things that we will have no control over because we won't have no power over it. All right. Other words, our hands are bounded. They're tied behind our backs, right? Because of the power structure to beat that be. All right. So right now our hands are bound behind our back. We have to sit and we have to watch this. All right. All right. And now the serpent has entered into the house in the form of food stamps, in the form of housing, in the form of police, in the form of courts, right? In the form of school. So he's raising the kids. We're not raising. We're not responsible for the so-called black man is not responsible for the raising of these kids. Not at all. Even the average child support that's paid out is not even enough to really take care of a man, but just enough to break a man. So let that sit in. Not enough to really take not enough to really take care of a kid, but enough just to break that man, so that he will never be successful. So if he's never successful, how do you expect yourself and your family to be successful? But because you can skate by, with your rent paid and your food and the little clothes and the little nails and your little eyelashes, you're fine with that. So you're fine with the destruction of the family just so you can have some goodies. And that's what a so-called black woman has become. You know, this is what she's reduced herself down to. That contract that she has with the serpent that goes back to the garden. All right, and that's why she's to blame, and she's not gonna take accountability for anything she does. She takes accountability because she's been freed from all accountability ever by her daddy Esau. It's all part of a plan. When a black woman can't afford to pay rent, put food on the table, she's giving assistance, she's giving shelter, she's giving housing, or take care of her kid. Well, when a so-called black man can't, he's given jail. All right, he's ridiculed. It doesn't matter where she works. She could work at McDonald's. Okay, girl, go on and get your coin. Go on and get your money, right? Well, if a black man works at McDonald's, he's a bum. He needs to do better. He needs to get educated. The mental abuse, the emotional abuse, the physical abuse is never ending. It's never ending. But with them, oh, you can't. Don't shame her. A job's a job. This woman could do no wrong, man. If she's 200 pounds, 300 pounds, as fat as Lizzo, you can't call her fat. But the so-called black woman can have all these prefaces, right? You got to be 6'4", making six figures, in shape, take care of me and my 4 kids, and deal with my 3 different baby daddies who's all batshit crazy. You know, that's what they want. They want you to be a traditional man, but they don't want to be a traditional wife. So they want you to take care to pay all their bills. They want you to be hard, but again be romantic. That's bullshit. Pay all their bills, you know. But then they don't want to cook and they don't want to clean and they want to brag about it. Cardi B got that song, I don't cook, I don't clean. She wants to brag about it. Alright? Genesis chapter 3 verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, have God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest at least ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God knoweth that in the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and it was pleasant to the eyes, a tree to be desired and to make one wise. She took of the fruit thereof and did eat it, and also gave it to her husband with her, and he did eat, and their eyes were open. All right, and this is going into the philosophies of the devil, of the serpent. All right, this is going into the philosophies of the devil and of the serpent. Okay, and in the beginning, what did the Most High say? That it's not good that man should be alone, right? So he formed Adam, he formed woman, and now you got the serpent telling the woman that was created to be a helpmeet to Adam that hey, you could be alone. You don't need a man. And one of the curses was, that there will be pain through childbearing, right? And what it is that was give you epidural so that you don't feel pain, because they're the opposite of what the Heavenly Father made, man. Genesis 1:26, and God said, let us make man in our own image after our likenesses, and let him have dominion over the fish of the sea and the fowl of the air and over the cattle and over the earth and every creeping thing that creepeth on the earth. So God created man, the Elohims, right, with that the powers, man in his own image, and the image of the power created he him. Male and female created he them. And God said to be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and the fowl of the air and everything upon it that moveth. All right. So, we were given that dominion in Eden, right? But with the curses, we basically lost that, right? We lost that. So now that dominion is given up, and this serpent has mighty morphed into this dragon, which is now ruling the earth. and has these women all messed up, man, through philosophy. That's the point that I was getting at. Through philosophy, which is a way of thinking, these women are all messed up. So the whole earth is upside down. Let me see what we got here. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 45, 24. Um, 24, we'll start at. We'll start at 3. Slack Isaiah 24, verse 3. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for the Lord hath spoken it. Right? What land? Babylon. Verse 24. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. So they changed the laws and broken the ordinance and changed the everlasting covenant. Therefore therefore have the curses devoured the earth, and they that dwell on them are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Alright, so everything is flipped upside down. Right? Women are surpassing men. Women are in control of this community. Alright? They're your mayors. They're literally claiming head of the household. Alright, so you gotta pay child support. But at the end of the year, when it goes to filing taxes, they're the ones who's filing taxes, and you got this thing amongst the black community, which is sick. You gotta get you a fat girl. When the tax season come, bow down to them every goddamn. That shit is sick, man. Shit, oh man, you could go on and on about how horrible, things have gotten. But to answer the question, um, said I was gonna read some comments. Let me see. Okay, I lost it actually, so I won't read no comments. I lost it. And it's the same old thing, though. It's the same old. Women are doing a pointing the finger, and some men are simping. Most men are simping. Saying men gotta be there to be better, but the system wasn't set up. The system was set up for men to be out the house. All right, it wasn't set up. That's how it was set up. That's what you gotta attack. You gotta attack the problem, the root of the problem, not the symptoms. All right. So, hope and pray that was edifying. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shim Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles. Peace, love, and salutations to the Bayah of the Shalom.